Yes, so we'll start with another problem, okay? Copy down. Determine the resultant of system of concurrent forces having the following magnitudes, and passing through origin and indicated points P is equal to 140 Newton, 3 minus 6 2, T is equal to 260 Newton, minus 12, 4 minus 3, F is equal to 90 Newton, 3, 6 minus 6. Also find the angles of the resultant. Also find the angles of resultant. Copy down the question. So in the previous problems, we have studied about how to calculate components, isn't it? How to calculate components when points are given to us, and how to calculate components when angles are given to us, isn't it? Right? How to calculate components when points or coordinates are given to us? Yes? Force Fx by x is equal to Fy by y is equal to Fz by z is equal to F by d. Yes, this is for points or coordinates given to us, right, along with force. Now, after that we have studied how to calculate the components when angles are given to us, isn't it? How to calculate that one? Fx by cos theta x is equal to Fy by cos theta y, then Fz by cos theta z is equal to F, not F by d. Okay, it was just F. Okay, now we have to calculate what now? We have to calculate resultant here. In the previous class we have taken components. Now how to calculate resultant in 3D? Okay, able to understand? So now we will see how to calculate resultant when coordinates are given to us and forces are also given to us. Alright? Yes? Able to recall all the things which we have studied in the previous class? Yes. So now, see here, if you see the question carefully, the forces are passing through origin. Okay? Pause. This is main important point over here which is mentioned in the question, that is, it is passing through origin. That means all the forces are concurrent. Yes, all forces are meeting at one point, that is why it is concurrent, and all the forces are passing through origin. One more thing is, since the forces are passing through origin, so we used to calculate x, isn't it? We used to calculate Fx by x. What is that x? Turn back and see that one. What is that x? X is when force is passing from point A to B, we have done B minus A. Then only we got x. Yes? Remember? Yes. So in this question, the forces are passing through origin. So our B minus A will be this minus origin. 0, 0, 0. Similarly, this force is also passing through origin. So what happens? This minus origin will give you x, y and z. Understood? Similarly, the next force, that is 3, 6, minus 6. If you this minus origin will give you x, y, z for that particular force. Understood? Yes, able to follow? Yes. So now we'll take the first force. There is no diagram or figure given to us in the question. Right? So P is equal to how much? 140 Newton. It is passing through origin, right? So I'll write here 0, 0, 0. Any problem in writing like this? No problem. What is the next point? 3, minus 6, 2. So this force is passing through origin, this point to this point. Okay. So how to calculate x, y, z for this point, this force? Yes. See here. For this particular force, x is equal to, otherwise directly I will calculate x comma y comma z is equal to, x comma y comma z is equal to, can you tell me? 0 minus 3 or 3 minus 0? So it is passing through origin to this point. Okay. So 3 minus 0, it will be 3. So 3 minus 6, 2. Understood this one? Yes. So directly what happens, in the textbooks, they will directly take this one. But actually, since the force is passing through origin, we have to mention this step in a clear fashion, that this is 0 and this is 3 minus 6, 2. Sometimes what happens? It will mention all the forces are passing through some point. Instead of origin, they will mention point. So what we have to do at that time? We have to write those points and minus it. Okay. Understood? Yes. So after this one, we'll form the vector. How to form that one? See here. Wait. First is 140 by under root 3 square plus 6 square plus 2 square into 3i minus plus 2k. Everyone understood how we got this one? Yes? We have done this one, right? If you turn back and see, we have done the same thing in the previous class. That is why I told you, come to the next class practicing to the upcoming class. Okay, upcoming class. So see here, we got this one. Yes, this is the same thing which we have done, right? So now solve this one and tell me, this entire value is 20. So force P vector is equal to 20 into 3i minus 6j plus 2k. Now we can multiply with this 20, no? We can easily multiply. 20 into 3 is 60i minus 120j plus 40k. This is what? Force vector P. So to calculate resultant, what we have to do? We have to convert this force 140 Newton to this vector. Then only we can calculate resultant. Understood? Yes. I have done for P. Now we'll move to the next force. What is the next force we have? T. Till here, do you have any doubts? No doubts, right? Understood what is the basic gist of this entire system. Okay. Whatever the force given to us, we have to convert that into vector form, then only we can calculate resultant. Right? Now, next is T is equal to 260 Newton, and this 260 Newton is again passing through, it is starting from origin and going towards that point. So 0, 0, 0 and minus 12, 4, minus 3. Now, what is the next thing we'll do now? X, Y, Z for this point, this force. X, Y, Z is equal to minus 12, 4, minus 3. Till here also, the same thing we are doing here. Next, what is the next thing? Vector T is equal to 260 by under root 12 square plus 4 square plus 3 square into minus 12i plus 4j minus 3k. Now you solve this one. This one again 20. 20 into minus 12i plus 4j minus 3k. Now minus 240i plus 80k minus 60k. Yes, anyone can give answers. It's getting recorded. Okay, so T vector is, yeah, sorry, it is 80j. Till here, no doubts, right? Next, we'll move to the next part, that is F. F is equal to 90 Newton and it is passing through origin again, and it is 3, 6, minus 6, right? So now tell me, what is X, Y, Z for this one? 3, 6, minus 6, and force vector F is equal to 90 by under root 3 square plus 6 square plus 6 square into 3i plus 6j 6k. So tell me the value. It is 10. So 10 into 3, 30i. 30i plus 60j minus 60k. This is force vector for F, this is force vector for T, and this one is for P. Okay, now how to calculate resultant? Copy down this one, then we'll go for the resultant. So for the calculation of resultant, what we will do, see here, resultant R vector is equal to, what are the i's we have? See here, 60 minus 240 plus 30. How much? Minus 150? Minus 150 I. Then what about J? Minus 120 plus 80 plus 60. How much? Plus 20. This is minus, no? Plus 20 J. Then 40 minus 60 minus 60. How much? Minus 80 K. We got resultant. Okay. If you want the value of resultant, the exact value of resultant, then what we have to do? R is equal to under root 150 square plus 20 square plus 80 square. What is the resultant now? 117 newtons. So this is the value of resultant, and this is the vector for resultant. Okay, if you want, see here, this is the force vector for F. Okay, if you want to calculate this value for force, exact force, then simply you do the square root and calculate, you will get 90 again. Okay, so the same thing we are doing for resultant. Okay, so this is the resultant, and in the question they are asking us to calculate angles of the resultant also. Yes, he is asking us to calculate angle of resultant. So how to calculate angle of resultant? I will write here. See here, angle made by resultant is equal to, what is that? Theta x is equal to Rx by R, cos theta x, right? Yes. Then cos theta y is equal to Ry by R. Similarly, cos theta z is equal to Rz by R. Now what is, see, we know R. What is Rx, Ry, Rz? Those values. Okay. So that implies theta x is equal to cos inverse of Rx. That is minus 150 by 171. 150 by 171.17. 120 degrees. Then again theta y and theta z. Calculate. Ry will be 83.29. Next 62.13. So we got the angles made by the resultant along with the value of resultant as well as vector for the resultant. Understood how we got this one? What is the first thing we have done? Whatever the force given to us, we have taken that force. Then what is the coordinates? What are the coordinates it is passing through? Origin and meeting at certain point. We have calculated the force vector. Then after calculation of force vector, we have added all the terms, all the forces. Then we have calculated the final resultant. Okay, understood? Copy down this one. So make a correction of this one. What is this? If you enter minus 80 by R, you will get 117.86. Okay. Take down another question. Another question is also about resultant. Each and every topic is being covered. Yes. Copy down the question. Find the resultant of the system shown in figure in which P is equal to 280 newtons, T is equal to 260 newtons, and F is equal to 210 newtons. Yes, copy down this figure. Just copy down this figure, duster. Copy down this figure. So the dotted lines are the coordinates, whereas these arrows are forces. Just visualize what it is looking. It is like a tent, right? It is like a tent. Yes? See here, we have a long, what we say, bamboo or something. With the help from here, all are tied together. This T is on the back side. This T is on the back side. This is on this side and this is on the front side. Yes, if you visualize it carefully, it is looking like a tent or pyramid or something like that. Now there are so many forces. 3 forces are there: P, T and F. 3 forces are there. We have to calculate resultant, right? There are totally 3 people. If you imagine, there are 3 people. One person is trying to pull from this side, another person is trying to pull from that side, and another one is passing through from front side. So these are the 3 ropes or people who are trying to apply forces. So what will be the resultant? We have to calculate that. Okay. Yes. So we'll start the calculation. Okay, copy down. Over. Yes, it is given in the question. The diagram will be given to you in the question. If the diagram is given, they will not give you the coordinates. If the diagram is not given, they will give you the coordinates of the question itself. Okay. Now see here. We will start our calculation. All of you see here carefully. It is very, very important. So the very first thing when you get these type of problems is you have to calculate. You have to first find out the coordinates. Okay. So how many points are there? A, B, C and D. Totally 4 points are there. First is origin, right? O is origin 0, 0, 0. Then we have point A. What about point A? Tell me. See here, A point is on y-axis. So what happens whenever the point is on y-axis? What happens to x and z? Yes, x and z will become 0, right? So A will be 0, 12, 0. This is 12, right? The height of this distance, the distance from 0 to A is 12. Next, what is the next point? A is over. We'll go for B. So for the calculation of point B, see here on x-axis, negative x-axis, I am moving at what distance? 4 meters. Plus 4 or minus 4? Minus 4. So for point B, minus 4 on x-axis. Then what about Z? What about Z? What about Y? This is minus 3 What about y? No, no y, right? Y is not given to us. Y, if it is given somewhere, a vertical point will be given to us. So here it is 0. What about c? Again -4 and 6. -4, 0 plus 6 or -6? Plus 6. Why? Because it is on positive z axis. Whereas for -4, why we are taking -4? Because it is on negative x axis. Next we have D. See the point D? On x axis, positive x axis 6. Then y is again 0. Then z is 4 meters. Okay? Understood? We got A, B, C and D. Okay? So now see here, we have taken origin A, B, C, D. All the coordinates we have taken. Now see here very carefully. Our force is passing through point. This force is passing from A to C. This force is passing from A to B. Similarly, A to D. Right? Now, see here. Force, first we'll take force AC. Force AC is passing through point A to C, right? So, we have to calculate x, y, z for that force, isn't it? Yes? Force is passing from point A to C, so C minus A, right? So we have to calculate x, y, z. What is P? P is given to us, that is 280 newtons. Okay. So first we'll A to C means -4. Yes, very good. -4. Then -12. -12 and 6. Right? Am I right? Yes. So shall we calculate the vector for AC, force AC, force P? So P from A to C is P by under root 4 square plus 12 square plus 6 square, right, into minus 4i minus 12j plus 6k, right? Understood this one? Yes. The same thing we are doing which we have done in the previous problem. Yes. So just calculate and tell me this value. Force in member, force vector AC is equal to, tell me the final value. One member. Minus 80I minus 240J plus 120K. So this is the force in member, force vector for member AC. Okay. Now we'll move for another force, that is T. Okay. T is equal to 260 Newton, and what about x, y, z for that one? Since it is passing through point A to B, right? So when it is passing from A to B, what you have to do? -4, -12, -3, right? -4, -12, -3. Yes, understood this one? Yes. So see here, if you can see all this force T is on the back side. On the back side. That is why all the values we got it as minus. Next is force vector AB is equal to, what is the force? 260 divided by under root 16 plus 144 plus 9 minus 4i minus 12j minus 3k, minus 4i minus 12j minus 3k. Now solve this one and tell me the value. How much? multiply final value I want. Minus 80 I minus 60 K. We got the force vector for T, which is passing from A to B. Next is from A to D, right? What is the next force? F is equal to 210 or 210? 210 newtons, and it is passing from A to D. So what will be X, Y, Z for that force? See here, 6 minus 12, 4. All right, 6 minus 12, 4. And what is the next thing we'll do now? Force vector AD is equal to 210 by under root 6 square plus 12 square plus 4 square into 6I minus 12J plus 4K. Now tell me this value. 90I then plus 60K. Okay, so this is the force vector for AC, AB, P, T and F. Now what you have to calculate? We have to calculate resultant. How to calculate resultant? Resultant R is equal to, yes, all i's, I add all i's, yes, minus 80 and 90. How much? Minus 70. Minus 70 I, then minus 240J, and minus 180K. Minus 660J. Then 120 minus 60 plus 60 plus 120K. This is the force vector for resultant. Okay. Now how to calculate resultant? R is equal to under root 70 square plus 660 square plus 120 square. You will get the value of resultant. This is 660, right? 6. This is the resultant. Okay? Understood? Now if they ask you to calculate angle of resultant, simply angle made by the resultant, cos theta x by rx by r. Cos theta x is equal to rx by r. Similarly ry by r. All these things we have to do. Okay? Understood? Yes. Copy down. Everyone. So welcome to another session of engineering mechanics. So far we have completed problems on components which are related to 3-dimension structures, right? Now the same thing will continue. We have one or two problems on it. Then we will wind up this entire chapter or unit. Okay, copy down this question. Yes, the question is in figure vertical boom AE is supported by wires from A to B, C and D. If the tensile load in AD, tensile load in AD is equal to 252 newtons. Find the forces. Find the forces in AC and AB so that the resultant force on A will be vertical. Will be vertical. Yes, copy down the figure very clearly. Many students will make mistake in copying this diagram. So this is 4 meter and this is 6 meter. This is point D. This is point E and this is point A. We have one more point here which is point B at a distance of 9 meters. Then we have (4 meter) (3 meter). Yes, copy down this figure. This is the figure given to us and the forces are acting from A to C, A to B and A to D. This height is 12 meters. Yes, copy down. So now see here, he is asking us to find out the forces in members AC and AB. We have to find forces in AC and AB, whereas force in AD is given as how much? 252 newtons it is given. So we'll name this force in member AC, we'll name it as P. Okay, we'll give some name. Okay. Similarly, force in member AD, let it be T. Okay, any name. Similarly, force in member AB, we'll name it as F. Alright, any problem in naming this one? No problem, right? So I'll write here so that it will be clear. Let force in member AC is equal to P, AD is equal to T, which is equal to how much? AD. Force in AD is given as 252 newtons. Sorry, 252 newtons, and AB is equal to F. Right? We don't know. We have to calculate the force F, and also we have to calculate the force P. Force in member AC and AB. Now he has given us one more thing, that is that the resultant force on A is vertical. What do you mean by that? Whenever the resultant is going exactly in y direction. Suppose for example, I have a force which is going exactly in y direction. Okay, so let this be force F. Okay, and this is x axis, and this is y axis, right? X and y axis, and force F is going exactly in vertical direction. So what happens to Fx? Horizontal component will become 0. Why? Because the force is going exactly in vertical direction. So Fx will become 0 and Fy will be F, isn't it? Suppose for example, this is y axis and the force is inclined. This force is inclined. Then what happens? We'll have Fx will have some value and Fy also will have some value. Fx and Fy will not become 0, will have some value, isn't it? If the force is inclined, we'll be having one horizontal component and one vertical component. Whereas when the force is exactly in vertical direction, this F is going exactly in y direction, then what happens? Fx will become 0. The same thing is happening over here. That is, resultant is exactly vertical. That means resultant is exactly vertical means Rx is equal to 0, Rz is equal to 0 and Ry is equal to R. Able to understand? Yes. If the resultant is going exactly in vertical direction, then Rx and Rz will become 0. Suppose for example, if the force or resultant is going exactly in horizontal direction, then what happens? Rx is equal to R, whereas Rz and Ry will become 0. Able to follow? Right? Similarly, when the force is going exactly in z direction or perpendicular direction, here it is mentioned vertical. Suppose for example, horizontal means x direction. Suppose it is perpendicular to A, then it is z. So Rz will be equal to R, whereas Rx and Ry will become 0. Able to understand? Able to follow? Yes. So Rx is equal to 0, Rz is equal to 0 and Ry is equal to R. Yes. So in the previous classes we have studied how to calculate resultant, isn't it? How to calculate resultant? To calculate resultant, the very first thing which we have to do is to calculate force vector. Okay. How to calculate force vector? Simply see here, we have to calculate force vector with the help of x, y and z, isn't it? So before that we have to calculate our coordinates. So we will calculate coordinates, that is, first is origin, that is 0, 0, 0, and this is x, y and z. What about point A? Can you tell me? Point A, see here, this vertical line is x-axis, this line is x-axis, sorry, this vertical line is y-axis and this is x-axis and this will be z-axis, isn't it? We have studied in the previous problems, right? You all remember. So see here, point A is lying on which axis now? It is on y-axis. So what happens there? X and z will become 0. So see here, 0, comma, this is x, y is 12, 0. Understood how we got this coordinate? Yes. Next is B. Now where is point B? See here, it is lying on z axis. Yes, this line is z axis and this line is x axis, right? So see here, it is lying on z axis. So to reach your point B, I will start from E. This is E, right? So we will name this as E. Instead of O, we will name it as E. So see here, from E to B, I am moving on positive z axis or negative? Negative z axis, right? So tell me what will be the value for this one? 0, 0, minus 9. Why minus 9? If it is on this one, positive. Beyond this, it will be negative. So A, B is over. We'll move to C. Tell me where is C? I have to calculate, I have to move from E, right? So see here, I am moving from E to this point on which axis? X-axis. Positive x-axis or negative x-axis? Negative. So minus 4, right? Minus 4, and I am moving again on z-axis. So this is 3 and 0. Understood? Yes. Next is point D. We'll write here only. For point D, see here, I am moving on positive x-axis, right? Positive x-axis 6 meters, then on z. Z is positive, right? Below x. So 6, 0, 4. It is somewhat like this. See here. This is y, x and z. Okay. Understood this one? Yes. Over A, B, C, D and E. Both are, all the forces are over now. Now see here very carefully, you have to observe. The forces are moving from A to B, A to C, A to D and A to B. So whenever you calculate your x, y and z, what you have to do? C minus A, right? A to C. If the force is passing from A to C, C minus A. If the force is passing from origin to A, in the previous problems, A minus 0 or 0 minus A, whatever it may be. You remember this one, right? Yes. So see here, I'll start calculation our force vector. Force vector AC. Force vector AC is equal to, yes, see, wait. See here, first is P by, I will write the formula first, okay. Under root, yes, very good. X square plus y square plus z square into xi plus yj plus zk. This is the formula for force vector, isn't it? In this formula, we do not know P, but we can calculate x, y, z, isn't it? How to calculate x, y, z? See, force is passing from A to C. So C minus A. Where is C? C minus A. Can you tell me this value? See, we don't know the value of P. I am writing P as it is. Okay. Now, minus 4, minus 0, minus 4I. Okay. Then 0, minus 12, minus 12J. Then 3, minus 3 or 3? Plus 3. Plus 3K. Whole divided by 4 square, 12 square, 3 square. 4 square plus 12 square plus 3 square. Don't take minus value, because once you square it, it will become positive. Okay. Yes, please reduce your volumes. The video is getting recorded. Any 1 or 2 persons can give answers, because it will create disturbance. So tell me. Yes. So force vector AC is equal to, tell me. How much? What is this value?
13.
This is 13, right? So 1 by 13 is how much? 1 by 13 is how much?
0.07. Yes, sir. 0.07.
0.07. 0.07 P, yes, into minus 4I minus 12J plus 3K. Now, can I multiply this 0.07 P into each of these values so that I can get one complete vector? Okay, xi plus yj plus zk. Yes, multiply this one and tell me. So force vector minus 0.28 I minus 0.28 84 plus K. So this is our force vector PAC. Okay. Similarly, we have to calculate force vector. See here, we have not multiplied P here, so we'll otherwise we'll name here P. Okay, P. So we got our force vector, that is xi plus yj in the form of xi yj plus zk. The same thing we will do for the force AD. Okay, then AB. Okay, copy down this one. Simplification. For our simplification, we'll do one thing. We'll multiply this P also, so that it will be easy for us. So force vector AC is equal to minus 0.28 P into I. Similarly, minus 0.84 P into J plus 0.21 P into K. Just add one more step so that it will be easy for us to extract these values. Okay, copy down quickly. So now we'll move to another force, that is AD, right? So here Rx is equal to 0, we have Rz is equal to 0 and Ry is equal to R, right? So this is A 0 0. Now we'll calculate force vector AD. So I'll write here T AD, yes, T AD is equal to, first write here T into xi plus yj plus zk whole divided by under root x square plus y square plus z square. So now see here, we know the value of T. What is the value of T? We have 252 newtons, isn't it? So 252 into xi. So we have to do D minus A. Where is D? D minus A. So see there, 6 minus 0 is 6i, then minus 12j, minus 12j plus 4k, right? Plus 4k whole divided by under root 6 square plus 12 square plus 4 square. Tell me the value. 252. See here, 252 divided by under root 6 square plus 12 square plus 4 square. You will get some value. How much? Total value. 18. Exactly 18. Okay. So see here, force vector AD is equal to this value. This entire value is 18, no? So 18 into 6 is how much? 108 I minus 260 J 72 K. Okay, we got the force vector AD also. Previously we got the force vector PAC. Now similarly we'll calculate force vector AB. Okay, copy down this one, then we'll move further. So now we'll go for the force vector. Okay. We'll go for the force vector. What is the next force? AB. So force vector AB. Yes. Force vector AB is equal to F into xi plus yj plus zk whole divided by under root x square plus y square plus z square, isn't it? So we don't know the value of F again here. So F into force is acting from A to B, right? 0 minus 0, 0 I. Okay. 0 into I, 0 only, okay. Then 0 minus 12 is minus 12j. Then minus 9k divided by under root 12 square plus 9 square. So what is this value? 1 by under root 12, 0.066. 1 by 0. 1 by something, that value is 0. Okay. So see here, force vector AB is equal to 0.066 F into I will become 0, right? 0 into I will become 0. So we'll be remaining with minus 12j minus 9k. Now you multiply the 0.066 into 12. 0.79 minus, right? 792. Okay, 792 into F into J minus, yes, 0.594 F into K, right? We have the force vector AB, right? Now after this one, what we have to do now? See here, Rx is equal to 0, Rz is equal to 0. That means I values, summation of I values will be equal to zeros. Summation of Z values, that is this K value, will be equal to 0. Right? Copy down. You calculate resultant. So resultant, we calculate resultant is equal to, in the previous problems we have calculated resultant, that is sigma xi plus sigma yj plus sigma zk, isn't it? You turn back and see, we have done this term. For calculation of resultant, summation of all I values, summation of all j and z value, k values. So now R is equal to, what is the I value in the first force, that is AC, PAC, minus 0.28 P. Then what is the I value for AD? Minus or plus? Plus 108, right? Then next value we do not have because 0, right? So this is I, right? This is for force AC, this is for force AD, whereas force in AB, X component is 0 there, right? Next we'll go for sigma Y. So what is the Y component in force PAC? Minus 0.84 P, right? 1%. Any 1%. So many people are telling, I cannot able to understand. Minus 260. Don't write J. First write the value. After completion of this one, we can write J. Minus 0.792 F, right? Into J. Similarly, K values. Plus or minus? 0.21. 0.21 F. Okay, P. Plus 72 0.594 F. This is K. Okay. Now we have added sigma X, sigma Y and sigma Z. Sigma X is nothing but whatever the values we have related to I, whatever the values we have related to J, we have written here. It is J. Okay. Now, as per the given question, it says that Rx, so the resultant is going in vertical direction. Vertical direction, that means this will be Rx is equal to 0 and Rz is equal to 0. Ry will be resultant. Okay. So we can make this as 0, right? So minus 0.28p plus 108 is equal to 0. Why? Because Rx is equal to 0. So can you tell me this value? P is equal to 108 divided by
385.74.
P is equal to
Minus 380.
minus. Why minus? See here, this value I will send this side. So it will be 0.28p is equal to 108. So P is equal to 3.71 newtons. Okay, once you know the value of P, so we know Ry is also equal, Rz is equal to 0, right? Why? Because the resultant is going in vertical direction. So Rz means this value. So 0.21p plus 72 minus 0.594 f is equal to 0. We know the value of P, right? What is the value of P we got? So 0.21 into 0.71 plus 72 is equal to 0.594 f. Yes? We can get the value of f. Multiply these two values, add, then divided by 0.594. 1 257.57 newtons. Okay, this is how we calculate unknown forces when resultant is going in vertical direction. Okay, copy down. Question. Yes, copy down. 3 concurrent forces yes, copy down. 3 concurrent forces P, T and F have a resultant of of 10 newtons directed forward up to the right. Directed forward up to the right at theta x is equal to 60 degrees, theta y is equal to 60 degrees and theta z is equal to 45 degrees. P equal to 21 newtons and passes from origin through point origin to point 326 3,2,6 full stop. The value of T is equal to 18 Newton and is directed from origin towards point minus 6, 6, minus 3. Determine the magnitude of the third force. Determine the magnitude of third force and the angle it made with angle with x, y and z axis. Yes, what happened? Comment on this question. Over? Yes, pause. This particular problem is also same as previous problem. Two forces are known to us. See here, there are two forces, totally three forces. Okay, three forces, that is P, T and F have resultant. Okay, their resultant is also given to us, that is 10 newtons and directed forward up to the right. What do you mean by this one? It is acting forward and up to the right, that is in first quadrant. Okay, able to follow? Yes. If it is backward up to the right, that means see here, forward up to the right is nothing but our resultant will have three components. Yes, every force has three components in our 3 dimension. So Rx is positive, Ry is positive and Rz is positive in this case. Why? Because the resultant is going in forward up to the right, that is x is positive, y is positive and z is also positive. Suppose for example it has given to us backward up to the right means z will be negative whereas x and y will be positive. What do you say if if it is mentioned forward down to the left? Y is negative, x is also negative, z is positive, right? You all are aware of this, right? Yes. So now here two forces are given to us and three forces are there totally. Two forces are given to us and two forces, how it is passing? It is passing from origin to certain point. Okay, now we have to calculate the third force, that is force F. Determine the magnitude of force, third force. Okay, so that is this force. P is given to us, T is given to us. There is no diagram given to us in the question. Okay, so initially what I will do, we'll take the resultant, whatever the things which are given to us. See here, right from the beginning, have resultant of 10 newtons. So see here, what is resultant? Resultant is equal to 10 newton, it is given to us, right? Now, if you recall how to calculate components when angle is given to us. See here, R is equal to 10 newton, it is given to us and this resultant R is making an angle theta x is equal to how much? 60 degrees. Theta y is equal to 60 degrees. Theta z is equal to 45 degrees. So resultant is given to us theta values, that is this resultant is making an angle of 60 degrees with x axis, 60 degrees with y axis and 45 degrees with z axis. Okay, now how to calculate its components? Just turn back and see. Yes, we have used one formula, that is, what is that formula? Fx by cos theta x is equal to Fy by cos theta y is equal to Fz by cos theta z is equal to F. The same thing we'll be doing here, but the force is R here. So Rx by cos theta x is equal to Ry by cos theta y is equal to Rz by cos theta z is equal to R. Yes. So with the help of this formula, we can calculate our components, that is x, y and z. Okay, shall I calculate? Yes. So Rx by cos theta x. Cos theta x is how much? Cos 60 is equal to Ry by cos 60 is equal to Rz by cos 60 or cos 45 is equal to 10. Okay, I have taken all values as positive. Why? Because forward up to the right. Okay, if it is backward up to the right, this value will be negative, right? So tell me the value of Rx now.
10 into
10 into cos 60 is how much? 5? 5 newtons. Similarly, Ry is equal to 5 newtons and Rz is equal to 7.07 newtons. So we got the value of Rx, Ry, Rz. Till here, no doubts, because whatever the things we have calculated, it is already we have calculated in the previous problems, right? Now we'll formulate our force vector. Okay, what we will do now? What is the force P? P is equal to 21 newtons. P is equal to 21 newtons and it is passing from origin to point. Okay, so origin is 0, 0, 0 and 3 to 6. So if I formulate force vector, then what happens? 21 into 3i plus 2j plus 6k whole divided by 3 square plus 4 square plus 6 square. Okay. Tell me the value. 21 divided by this 3. Total value is 3. Yes? Total value is 3. So 3 into 3. So I can write here force vector P is equal to 9i plus 6j plus 18k. Okay. Force vector P is also completed. Now what is the next force we have? What is the next force? P is over. T is there. So T is equal to how much? 18 newtons and it is passing through origin again and it is passing through origin to minus 6, 6 and minus 3. That is minus 6, 6, minus 3. Now can I formulate force vector for this one? So see here, force vector is equal to 18 into minus 6i plus 6j whole divided by 6 square plus 6 square plus 3 square. Total value is 2. So that is one person is enough. Yeah, you tell. Minus 12i, then plus 12j minus 6k. Okay. Now see here, observe here carefully. I got force vector P, I got force vector T. There is one more force, that is F. No point is given to us. From where it is passing, it is not mentioned. From where it is going also, it is not mentioned. Okay. So what I will do there? Force vector F is equal to Fx into I plus Fy into J plus Fz into K. Yes, we don't know where the force is passing, from which point it is passing, what is X, what is Y and what is Z, we don't know at all. There is one force, there is third force it is mentioned. Okay. So now I have written here Fx, Fy fz, fxi or fyj and fzk. Okay, all these things are over. Can we calculate resultant? Yes, with the help of these values. In the previous problem we have calculated resultant, isn't it? I and I. Similarly, j. Okay, copy down this one, then we'll go for that. Copy down quickly. Now we will calculate our resultant. Resultant is equal to sigma xi plus sigma yj plus sigma zk, right? Yes. So resultant R is equal to sigma x, that is 9i minus 12i, then plus fxi, or else I can write here, instead of I'll write I outside. Okay, any problem? No problem. I am writing outside. Next, sigma y, 6 plus 12 plus fy j plus 18 minus 6 plus fz into k. So this is our resultant, and we know Rx, we know Ry, and we also know Rz, isn't it? What is the value of Rx? So this is nothing but Rx, right? So Rx is equal to 5 is equal to 9 minus 12 is how much? Minus 3 plus fx. I is not required here. Okay. So fx is equal to how much now? Fx is equal to 8. Then Ry is equal to, what is the value of Ry? 5 there. Is equal to, see here, 18 plus fy. 18 plus fy. So fy will be how much? Fy will be, see here, 18 will go in negative side. So what happens? Minus 13. Minus 13. What about Rz? 7.071 is equal to, yes, how much? What is that? 18 minus 6 is 12. Okay, directly 12. Now tell me, what is the value of fz? 7.07 minus 12 minus newtons. Please be silent, the video is getting recorded over here. Okay, so fx, fy and fz is over, right? So see here, if you see carefully, fx is positive, fy is negative, and fz is also negative. So what is the direction of this force? Yes, what will be the direction of this force? Backward down to the right. Very good. The direction is backward down to the right. Why? Because z is minus. Now how to calculate f now? F is equal to, f is how? F, final value of f, under root 8 square plus 13 square plus 4.93. No, 8 square plus 13 square plus 4.8 square. How much? How much? 16.001 newtons. And direction is backward down to the right. Now there is one more thing he is asking us to calculate. We have calculated force, that is F. Now he is asking us to calculate one more thing, that is angle made by the third force with x, y and z axis. How to calculate that? Angle. How to calculate angle? Yes, we have studied this one, right? How to calculate? Yes. How? What is that? Theta x is equal to cos inverse of fx by f. Similarly, theta y is equal to cos inverse of fy by f, and theta z is equal to cos inverse of fz by f. How we got this one? We have in the first step itself, we have taken rx by cos theta x is equal to ry by cos theta y, rz by cos theta z is equal to r, right? So from that we got this formula. So we can calculate theta x, theta y, theta z. Make sure that you substitute the proper values. Okay, this is plus, minus and minus, so make sure you write down all the values properly. Then you get, this is theta x is 60, theta y 60, 45. Yes, is it correct? Yes, copy down this one.